We are finishing up the meet at Canterbury, so we had to preview one of their races this weekend. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Daily Racing Form YouTube. I am Gino Buccola alongside producer Lucia. We're going to take a look at a stakes race on Saturday night over at Canterbury. It is race number 8. It's the Shakopee Juvenile, and it's a decent looking field here. I thought you could make a case for a few different horses in here. You've got some fillies facing the boys, and then you've got a horse like Express Kid, who's coming off of a really nice runner-up effort over at Prairie Meadows when he went and tried a stakes group and he finished second. The horse that he beat from the third place finisher came right back to win next time out and won a stakes race at Prairie Meadows. So I think that's probably the horse you'll want to beat. But if the 1 goes quick, if the 2 goes quick, some outside speed, we could see this thing heat up. How does Timeform US think the pace projector is for this one? They've got Express Kid on the lead with the filly Summer Winner second, and then third, Grace is Free, another filly in here, going to sit off the pace a little bit. So I'm thinking they're going to be a tad more contested with Summer Winner right to the outside of Express Kid. I wonder if those two will really impact each other, and maybe a horse like Grace is Free can sit off the pace a little bit. Let's meet the field for the Shakopee Juvenile, race 8, 6 furlongs, 2-year-olds on Saturday at Canterbury. Here's a look at Express Kid in the Prairie Meadows Freshman. This was a stakes race on August the 16th, and Express Kid went to the lead quickly, was inside of some other pace, then backed off a little bit. I thought it was a pretty good effort. There was other speed in there, but the horse held on pretty nicely for second down on the inside. You could see him kind of battling it out. He wasn't going to win that race, but he was in the mix for second. He ends up winning the battle for second, and he has the inside draw and that inside speed. I do think he is the horse to beat. But from a wagering standpoint, I'm a little concerned because right next door, he's going to have to deal with Summer Winner. And this is a very nice filly, this 2-year-old Summer Winner. She's a multiple winner. She won both of her starts at Canterbury, did the 2 Summer Winner. And when she went over to Prairie Meadows and she faced the boys, she actually didn't run all that poorly. She was only beat just over a length in there. So I like the fact that she was able to clear the field early. She got challenged at the top of the lane. She won the battle, and then she was able to hold off the other horse that challenged her. So a lot of times for a young horse, they can't do that where they are part of the early speed. They win that speed battle, and then they have to hold off another horse. I thought she's pretty impressive, but I'm just a little concerned the way the race shapes up in here. We move to the 3, Max Vegas. This horse comes off of a really nice debut win on August the 20th at Canterbury. I think we have a replay of that one where he actually defeats Chariot, who's the number 4 in this race. Max Vegas had a good start. He was inside. He was third, about 3 lengths off, and he was able to angle around and up into contention, widest of all. And you can see him here gobbling up ground late and moving by the field. Down on the inside, that's actually the number 4 Chariot, who's going to run second in this race. So I do think both of them are a little bit interesting because Max Vegas was the winner, but he had more of the clear trip around the outside, whereas Chariot did have to kind of hesitate a little bit before pushing through the red spot on the inside. I prefer Max Vegas, but I do think Chariot fits with this group. Let's move to the 5, Flatter Me Billy, coming off a 3rd place finish. This is another filly in here, but she's going to have to improve on Summer Winner, among others, because she's been defeated by the number 2 Summer Winner on 2 different occasions. Flatter Me Billy is a horse who will likely come from way off the pace. So if they go very, very fast early, expect to see Flatter Me Billy running on late. Let's move to the number 6, Charlie Mac Mac. This guy broke his maiden on September the 3rd. It was in his 2nd career start, and it was a pretty good effort. He had a good start. He backed off. He sat 3rd, a couple lengths off. He makes a 3-wide bid up to challenge. Visually, it looked pretty good. It's a little low on the Beyer scale, though, when you're comparing it to the other races. That was my biggest concern, that the race just didn't come back all that strong. Moving to the number 7, Grace is Free, another filly in here. And I thought she was pretty impressive in her August 17th win. She was a bit slow on the inside. She moves up to 3rd. She's sitting just a length off. She actually really wanted to go. She ran almost up onto the heels of a rival in front of her. She was full of run. And when she finally got room in the 2-path, she moves through and she opens up. And I could see her just sitting a nice trip to the outside. If the 1 and the 2 horse push each other early on, could this gal be sitting 3rd and take advantage? She comes off of a really nice work on September the 11th in the morning. I think the 7, Grace is Free, is live in here. Let's round out the field with the number 8, Stunning Sapphire. She was a winner on the turf going a mile at Ellis Park on August the 18th. She just has to prove it sprinting and on the dirt. Now, she does have a couple winning dirt siblings, but this is such a different circumstance from her win. And we saw her sprinting on the dirt at Prairie Meadows in July. She didn't really fire. So, questions about her, I'm going to leave her off as we finish up this field and move to selections. Wish everyone the best of luck this weekend out at Canterbury. In the Shakopee Juvenile, I'm going to go to the number 3, Max Vegas. I think he sits a really nice trip coming from off the pace. I thought the 7 is another one who could be maybe sitting third. That's Grace is Free. The 1, Express Kid, to me is probably the horse to beat. Wanted to throw in the 4, Chariot, as a price horse that you could use maybe the bottom of your tries and in some of your supers as well. So 3, 7, 1, 4 for me, closing things out at Canterbury this year. Good luck.